Hey guys, welcome or hopefully welcome back to my channel, Rad Roots Yoga. My name is Brittni and I will be your facilitator for your practice today. We are going to get started in an easy pose, sitting up on the sits bones, legs crossed, resting the palms of the hands down on the knees. Close the eyes. We're taking a few breaths here on our own, taking the time to tune inwards. Taking the time to slow down. We're going to lift the right palm up towards the face, and using the ring finger and the thumb, we're going to alternate closing off the nostrils. So we're going to use the ring finger and close off the left side as we inhale in through the right nostril. Holding at the top for just a second, and then we're closing off the right and exhaling through the left nostril. Holding at the bottom, and we're inhaling back into the left nostril. Close off the left, open the right, and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close off the right, exhale through the left. One more time. Inhaling through the left. Close out the left, exhale through the right. We are going to interlace the fingers and roll out the wrist in one direction. And then switch directions of the circles. Go ahead and open up the eyes if they are not already. And we're going to turn to all fours facing the top of our mat. Wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. On your inhale, we're dropping the belly, lifting the gaze and the tailbone. Exhale, curling in, starting at the tailbone. Pressing the heart into the back body, tucking the chin into the chest. Two more like that. Inhale to open up. Opening up the heart towards the top of the mat. Exhale, curling in. Last time, inhale to open up. Exhale, curl in, press the heart back. Release to a neutral spine. We're going to find some gentle circles in one direction on the wrists. Really weighing into each of the finger pads. Warming up the fingers. Switch directions of the circles. to center. Tuck onto the toes, press the hips up and back into our first downward dog of practice. You can pedal out the feet, find a gentle sway of the hips back and forth. Whatever feels nice. On your next inhale, we're going to come up onto the toes, bend into the knees, sending the hips towards the heels and the heart towards the thighs. And you can step, hop, or handstand your way to the top. Next place we meet is in forward fold at the top. Clasp onto opposite elbows. Find a gentle bounce back and forth. Slight bend in the knees to protect the low back and the kneecaps. And back to center. Inhale. Halfway lift and lengthen, reaching long through the crown. Exhale, curl in, root to rise, slowly and articulately rolling up the back, body, neck, and head are last to lift. Palms and gaze meet overhead. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower. Chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips up, downward facing. 2 more sun salutations just like that. Inhale up onto the toes, bend into the knees, step, hop, or handstand to the top, meeting in forward fold. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, curling in, root to rise. Palms and gaze meet overhead. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower, chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, downward facing. Last sun salutation. Inhale, come up onto the toes, bend into the knees, step, hop, or handstand to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, curl in, root to rise. Neck and head last to lift, palms and gaze meet. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower, chaturanga. Inhale the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, sending the hips up, downward facing. Let's have 1 full cycle of the breath here together, in through the nose. And exhale, letting it go through the mouth. From down dog, we are inhaling the upper body forward into our plank pose. We're gonna lower all the way to the bellies, but slowly for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. We're tacking back onto the toes and we're pressing right back up to plank. Inhale, press up. 2 more times. Lowering for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale to press back up to plank. Last time, lowering for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, press up to plank. Send the hips up and back, downward facing. On your next inhale, right toes go up. Exhale, upper body shifts forward, bring right knee to right elbow. Inhale, the right toes up. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, the right toes back up. Exhale, right knee to left elbow this time. We're going to turn to the inside of the left foot. Left hand is going to grab the outer edge of the right foot. Then we're going to extend the right leg as straight as we can. We're going to turn the left toes towards the back corner of our mats. And we're going to slowly start to bend into the left knee, sending the hips towards the left heel. Straighten back through the left leg. Release the grip of the right foot. Replant the left hand. Send the right toes up. On your exhale, we're bringing the right knee back towards the left elbow, but this time we're bending into both arms and we're trying to lay the outer right knee on the back of the right elbow. And then maybe you shift forward and lift the left toes from the mat. Releasing back down if you did lift. Send the right toes back up. 3-leg down. Lower the right toes to the mat, downward facing. Inhale, come up onto the toes. Bend into the knees, step hopper, handstand to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, curling in, root to rise, neck and head or last or lift, palms and gaze meet overhead. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. This time if you'd like to hop back, landing in chaturanga, please feel free. Just make sure to land with the arms bent and light on the toes. It's your vinyasa. The next place we meet is in downward facing. Shift forward into plank. Exhale, halfway lower chaturanga. Press back up to plank. Bend into the knees, sending the hips towards the heels and the heart towards the thighs. We're going to do this motion 2 more times all the way through. So we're pressing back to plank. Halfway lower chaturanga. Press back up plank. Bend into the knees, sending the hips towards the heels. 1 more time. Shift forward into plank. Halfway lower chaturanga. Press back up, plank. Bend into the knees. Shift forward, back into plank. Send the hips up and back. Downward facing. We're gonna do that whole sequence on the left side. When you're ready, left toes up. Exhale, upper body shifts forward, left knee to left elbow. Send the left toes up. Exhale, left knee to nose. Send the toes up. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. We're gonna turn to the inside of the right foot. Right hand is gonna grab the outer edge of the left foot, and then maybe you straighten through the left leg. From here, we're turning the right toes out. And we're gonna slowly start to bend into the right knee, sending the hips towards the right heel. Straighten back through the right leg. Release the grip of the left foot, replant the right hand. Left toes go up. On your exhale, we're bringing left knee back towards the right elbow. We're gonna bend into both arms, maybe laying the outer edge of the left knee on the right elbow as the upper body has shifted forward. And maybe lift the right toes from the mat. And release back down. Send the left toes back up. Three-legged down. Lower the left toes to the mat. Downward facing. Inhale, come up onto the toes. Bend into the knees, step, hopper, handstand to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, curling in, root to rise. Palms and gaze meet overhead. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop to the back. Plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower, chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, send the hips up, downward facing. Shift forward into your plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower, chaturanga. Press back up, plank. Bend into the knees, sitting the hips towards the heels. And then shift forward into plank, straightening the legs. Halfway lower, chat. Press up, plank. Bend into the knees. One more time, shift forward, plank. Halfway lower. Press back up, bend into the knees. Shift forward, plank. Send the hips up, downward facing. Inhale, come up onto the toes, bend into the knees, step, hopper, handstand to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, curling in, rolling up. Palms and gaze meet. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back. Plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, downward facing. Here we're starting our next sequence of practice, and it is kind of funky and kind of challenging. So here we go. We are going to inhale the right toes, legs straight out to the side. And we're holding, flexing through the right foot. Then we're gonna send the right toes up towards the sky. So we're gonna make this little around the world shape. So a big circle with each leg. So then we're gonna bring the right foot over towards the left side, reaching and really stretching out the outer right hip here. And then we're gonna bend into the left knee, tapping the outer right edge of the foot to the floor. Then we're gonna press back through the left leg. Right foot is still reaching off the left side. Sending the right toes back up towards the sky. And then bring the right leg straight out. And then it's coming back down to tap the mat. And we're gonna do it 2 more times. So extending the right leg straight out to the side. Right toes go up. Right toes reach towards the left. Gently bend into the left knee, tapping the outer right edge of the foot to the floor. We're pressing back up. Send the right toes up towards the sky. And then flexing the foot out to the side. And then lowering to tap the mat. One more time on that side. Straight out. Right toes up. Right toes reaching off the left side. We're bending and tapping the right foot. Lifting back up. Right toes lift. Right leg out to the side. Lower the right foot to meet the left. And downward dog. that little sequence on the left side. When you are ready, inhaling the left toes and left leg out. Flexing through the left foot. And we're sending left toes up towards the sky. Really reaching. So you're flexing through the glutes and the hamstrings here. And we're sending it off towards the right side. So left foot is reaching towards the right. Slowly bend into the right knee, tapping the outer edge of the left foot to the floor. Lifting it back up, reaching, and then left toes go up towards the sky. And then out, flexing the foot towards the side. 2 more times on this little around the world thing that we're doing here. Inhale up to the side. Left toes go up to the sky. And over towards the right. Lower and tap the outer edge of the left foot. Lift back up. Point left toes towards the sky. And then out to the side. Lower and tap. Last time. Inhale the leg out. Point the toes up. Off to the right side. Reaching. Gently tap outer left foot. Lift back up. Send the left toes up. Flexing the left foot out to the left. And lower, releasing the foot to the mat. Downward facing. Inhale, come up onto the toes. Bend into the knees. Step, hop, or handstand to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, curling in, rolling up. Palms and gaze meet overhead. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. Plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, send the hips up, downward facing. Inhale the right toes up towards the sky. On your exhale, we're shifting forward, planting the right foot on the outside of the right hand. And then we're gonna step forward with the left on the outside of the left hand. Sinking the hips down, hands to heart center in our Malasana Yogi squat. Maybe you find a gentle sway back and forth, opening up the hips here, letting this feel good. Slowly, we're going to start to lift the hips up towards the sky as the head goes down. All the way until the legs are straight. And then we're slowly lowering back down to our Malasana. The slower, the better here. And we're lifting back up. Full range of motion. Slowly lowering back down. One more time, lifting the hips towards the sky. And slow and controlled, lowering back down. From Malasana, we are going to press all the way to standing with palms and gaze meeting overhead. Move the feet in just a little bit. And exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Step, hopper, handstand your way back. The next place that we meet is in our downward facing. Let's have one full cycle of breath here together, in through the nose. And exhale, letting it go through the mouth. Here we're starting our cool down sequence. And we'll cool down pretty fast here. Inhale the right toes up. Exhale, upper body shifts forward. Plant the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Here we are in this lizard lunge. We're really opening up the heart towards the top of the mat. Getting a really good stretch down the front left hip and the front of the right groin area. Maybe you lower to the elbows and the forearms. Maybe you find a gentle sway forwards and backwards. If you've lowered to your forearms, we're pressing back up to our hands. We're going to lower the left knee to the mat, drawing that left heel into the glute as the right hand circles around, grabbing on to the left foot. And stretch. Releasing the grip, we're going to replant the right hand, and then we're going to send the hips back towards the left heel. So we're straightening through the right leg. Release and press to all fours. Tuck onto the toes, send the hips up and back. And that little sequence on the left side. Inhale the left toes up. Exhale, upper body shifts forward, plant the left foot on the outside of the left hand. We're opening up the heart towards the top of our mats. Really stretching out the front right hip, and the left groin area. Maybe lower to the forearms. Maybe you find a gentle rock forwards and backwards. Pressing back onto the hands if you've lowered to the elbows. We're going to lower the right knee to the mat. Draw the right heel into the glute. Left hand is circling around for the foot. We're stretching out the front right quadricep. Maybe you open up the left shoulder towards the sky. And the gaze is up. A little extra twist. Releasing the grip, replanting left hand to the mat. We're sending hips towards the right heel, straightening through the left leg. Release and press to all fours. From here, we are going to cross over the ankles, extending the legs out long forward in front of us. We're going to lower all the way to our backs, pulling the knees up to an angle. Shins are parallel to the mat. Fingertips behind the nape or behind the head on the nape of the neck. And we are tapping the toes to the mat slowly, keeping the low back flush with the ground. So we're keeping the low core completely engaged the entire time. Lowering for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. One more. There we go. Place the fingers behind the knees and roll up to a seated position. Palms are going to meet overhead. And we're extending forward towards or past the toes. Landing in our seated forward fold. Eventually letting our heads hang here as well. Taking a few breaths here on our own. Letting our bodies know that we are almost to our resting place. On your next inhale, reach the fingers long. And using the strength of the core, we're going to gently roll. Slowly, all the way to our backs. We're going to draw the right knee up and into the chest. Give it a little hug, and then drop it off the left side of the mat. Arms are out to a T or a cactus, whatever your preference. We're getting our supine twist. You're only as young as your spine is flexible, right? So we've got to keep it bendy. Sorry. Now we're going to extend the right leg long, bend into the left knee, give it a little hug. And we're dropping it off the right side, keeping both shoulders planted to the mat. Inhale back to center. We're going to extend the bottoms of both feet up towards the sky. We're going to lift the hips up and over, tapping the toes to the ground behind us in our plow pose. Slowly lower the hips back towards the mat. Bottoms of the feet are still up towards the sky. We're going to take the palms of the hands, grab the outer edge of the feet, and draw the knees down towards the earth. And our happy baby. Maybe you straighten through one leg while keeping one bent, and then swap it out. Straightening the other and bending the other. Maybe you play around with straightening through both. Whatever you'd like here. If there are any other postures that you'd like to add to your practice, now is a perfect time to do so. If not, the next place that we are meeting is in Shavasana. So we're going to extend the legs out long, one at a time. Heels together, big toes out, arms down by our sides, palms facing up. Slightly pulling the shoulder blades together on the back body. Eyes are closed down. We're relaxing the muscles in the face and the jaw and the forehead and the tongue. We're going to have one last very large inhale and exhale together before we drop in. And on our exhales, we are letting go of all of the things in our lives that no longer serve or suit us, making room for things that do. Inhaling in through the nose, holding at the top, and exhale through the mouth, letting it all go. As your body finds its natural rhythm of breathing, go ahead and drop in. If you have the time available to stay in this space longer, I encourage you to do so. For now, this is where I will leave you. I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend time here today. The light in me honors, acknowledges, and respects light in each of you. Until next time, namaste.